Let's start with a little bit of breaking news. Just today, Kevin Porter Jr. is expected to be released or traded by the Cavs following a locker room outburst. So let me give some background on this. So apparently they gave Torian Prince Kevin Porter Jr.'s locker room, and Kevin Porter Jr. hasn't been playing since he hasn't played at all this entire season. And he didn't play at all because he was in a legal battle with uh, the police because he was driving under the influence of marijuana and he crashed his car. And when the police searched his car, they found illegal firearms and marijuana. So he was kind of in a dispute with the police and everything. So he wasn't showing up to camp or he couldn't play. Uh, but then they did drop the case eventually. And even when they dropped the case, he still didn't come back. He cited personal issues for not coming back yet. He finally did come back, only to see his locker room was given away to Torian Prince while he was gone. And he got really mad and started yelling and throwing food at people to the point where Kobe Altman had to step in. And this is a player that, the Cavs gave up 4 second round picks to move up to get him. And now they're basically going to have to cut him because nobody's going to trade for him at this point. I really doubt anyone's going to trade for him. It does, it was a little bit dirty that they gave away his locker, but to react in that manner is just, it's very, very childish. And I'm worried about his mental state, his mental health state right now. I'm not sure if he's, in the best place mentally. I hope he gets the help he needs. He is talented. He's always been extremely talented. He was projected lottery before, these off the court issues started. So he has the talent. He just needs to put it together off the court. I don't know if he needs, legitimate help. But if he does, I really hope he gets it.
Yeah, I mean Kevin Porter Jr. He's a talented player with a lot of upside, but I feel like he was already kind of on a short leash coming into the season. Like you mentioned, he was arrested for the weapon charges back in November of 2020. I think he also was accused of hitting a woman around that same time frame as well. I think that case might have been dropped though. I have not heard much of an update on that one in a long time. Um, but when they had the confrontation with the GM, he used the phrase "quote unquote" modern day slavery when in this heated conversation and heated confrontation. My thing is, he has a lot of maturing to do. I am also concerned for his well being. The dude is a very talented player. I would hope to see him kind of get back on the right track. I mean, like obviously, I wanted to see him get back on the right track, but you know, um, he definitely need a new change of scenery. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes or what's causing all these things to happen, but it's just not a really good look on his part, and it's really not a good look on the Cavs part as well. I think for me personally, I feel like I said earlier, he just has a lot of maturing to do. I think the one thing that stuck out to me about this player, his most memorable play as a throughout the NBA is when he dunked on a 76ers player last year and flexed on them while they were down 40 plus points. And the announcer said, "Yeah, what are you doing, man? You're down 1,000 points." And he was annoyed with Kevin Porter Jr. when he did that. So for me, maturity is always a concern. I don't know if he can bounce back from something like this because, these kind of confrontation stuff like that. I mean, it's really bad on it looks really bad on your character. If he doesn't, get himself back on track or get his situation straightened out, he might find himself in the G League or even worse, just out the league completely.
Yeah, I mean, locker room issues are, and detriments to the locker room are not desired in every sport. I feel like they're tolerated a little bit more in the NBA. So I could see another team taking a chance on him, but I don't think any team's going to trade for him. I think the Cavs do have to cut him at this point. Um, yeah, I just hope Kevin Porter Jr. I hope he gets the help he needs. Um, and yeah, I just wish the best for him.
That's all
Let's
you really can do at this point, honestly.
yeah,